As you can see in here, normally we have 3 steps for you need to set. The first one, choose one of the studio and replace the model, then we can render it. So we can open our photo studio, and as you can see in here, we can choose 3D photo studio, and you can choose from different catalog on the top. You can choose from different industry and different spaces as you want. Okay, then also we can search by text, or you can search by the pictures. So that's what you can do by searching this studio. And by the way, you need to know there is a clean template. So you can try this one. Okay, as you can see in this scenario, we have a clean background. So when you need to create some product with a clean background, you can use this studio to create the pictures. Also, we have another way to choose the template. So you can go into your enterprise catalog. After you choose one of your models, then you can go to choose the studios by searching this kind of style. So you can see we have different studios for this table. So you can also choose this way to find appropriate studio. Okay, let's see how can we replace the models. So as I have already shown you, if I choose one of these template, so we can try this one. So after getting inside of this scenario, we can choose the object. Then we can click replace. You can find a product from your enterprise catalog. Then this product will just replace. And also we can just delete decorative models. And also, as you can see, we can move our camera by press the WASD. And we can control the camera's height by hold Q and E. Okay, so we can delete these. After we replace the models, I can make a brief introduction for this design page. Okay. So on the top, you can see there is a feature that you need to know. The first one is the world coordinate. So if you choose the world coordinate, when you move these models, you can see we can only move this model from 3 different directions, right? So if you change into the object coordinate, when you rotate it, so you can see this coordinate has been changed. So that means you can freely switch between the object coordinate and world coordinate, allow for diverse adjustment in the rotation angle. So like this, especially when you need to adjust with some models and lights, you can switch the coordinates into object coordinate or the world coordinate. So that's the coordinate option. And also we have this one, the snap. Okay, as you can see, if we uncheck this box and check this box, you can see the difference. You can see there is a blue area, a blue box under these models, which means when you open it, you can see there is surface that when you put 2 objects close to each other, and then we're going to be a area. That means they are snapped. Okay, and also we can just check this object surface. Then there is a point when you choose this point, and you can just snap to every surface that you want. So that's the object surface. And then let's see what we have in the light option. So after we click the light, so you can see we have some different light type. So we can choose with the point light. We can put in here to see the point light. Also, after we set with one light on our right side, we have some properties. You can change it with the brightness, the radius, and you need to be aware is that we have this mode. So if you choose the exclude, and we can choose different type for this effect. You can just, after you choose the exclude, you can choose the object. Then you can choose with the, like the floor. Then you can see the light is unaffected on the floor. So that's the basic use for some, if you have some curtains, you don't want the light from outside affect with the curtains, make it too exposure, then you can use this function to decrease the effect from the light. Okay, so that's the exclude one. And also we have the include one, which means it only affect with the selection. So if I choose with the floor, and I can just make it bright. So you can see the floor is going go too bright, but with the cabinet, it won't be affect. So that's the different mode for include and exclude. And also we have the different type of effect like the illumination and projection. So you can see the difference between these options, okay? So after I show you with the point light, you can see we also have the area light. So area light is very simple in here. So you can just change with the size, also with the basic properties like the brightness and also with the light color, okay? You can see here we have the light source mode. So you can open this one, the double side. You can see when we move close to the wall, so you can see the difference. So in here you can see after I open this double side, this rectangle light just affect the wall, affect the scenario from two different directions. It means this rectangle light will create two different directions for the light. Okay, so you need to be careful for this option. Also, you can change the light color for the temperature, also for the colors as you want. Okay, so after I show you the rectangle light, we can see the IES spotlight. The IES spotlight, so let's see the difference and the spotlight. So it quite look the same, right? So they all create a kind of like a spotlight inside of this scenario. I can just move to on the bed so you can see the difference. So in here you can see we have two different light, right? But you can see the biggest difference when I choose the two different type. So in here you can see after I choose with these IES light, so you can see we can change some properties for the basic. But if I choose with the spotlight, in here it's more with a spotlight zoom. So in here you can change the size for the zoom. So you can see on our bed, you can see the difference when I decrease it and enlarge it. And you can also change with the auto zoom for this spotlight. And as for the IES spot, you cannot change with that properties. You can only change with these basic. Okay, so that's the difference between these two spotlights. And let's see another one, the sunlight. So the sunlight is already exist in our scene, so you can change in the environment to change with the sunlight. Okay, so that's the basic introduction for the light. On our left side, you can see we have different templates on the top, right? We can choose from different category. And also for next, we have different models that you can choose from our public library. And next is our materials. So in here, we also have different materials and textures. You can replace these models for its material. And then also we have this motion effect. So that's the movement for the camera. So, okay, if I choose one of these motion effect and we'll go into animation edit, okay, when we choose one of this template, it will just apply on this scenario, okay. But for top of the three effect, they can only apply into the display platforms. So as you can see, we have some specific type for this scenario. So that's for the motion effect. And let's see the next. We can just close this one and see next feature. So in here, we also can manage our enterprise product in here. And next one is our collection. So you can collect some models and textures in here and you can find it easily. So that's the basic introduction for this page. So as you can see, after we replace one of these models, right, we can just adjust with this composition, and we can just switch into the rendering as our page. And also, after you choose one of these objects, you can see on our right side, we have some different options for you to modify with properties. So as the first one you can see in here, we have different materials. Maybe you can choose one of these. And also we have some properties for you to modify. So you can change the base color or the reflection properties as you want. So that's for the material. And also you can just double click it and we can choose the specific material. So that's for the material. And also we have this one. The first one is our environment. So if you click this one, and you will see we can change some environment properties, like we can change the brightness, the construct, and also for on the bottom is our light setting. You can see we have different light in this scenario. So normally this light is set inside of this scenario very nice. So if you want to add some light or change some light properties, you can go into this light and change the properties as you want. Okay. And next, let's see the camera. In here, we have the same properties like our design tool. We also can change these cameras property, like we can change for height and also for the view and the camera clipping. And also there is one thing that you need to know is about the depth of field. After you open this one, it will create some blur intensity. So choose the focus point and you can change the blur intensity. It will simulate like a camera shooting in this rendering effect. So next one is our picture property settings in here. Okay, so the first one is our light bounce. Okay, the light bounce means when you increase the light bounce, it will generate with a better rendering result for this scenario. Okay, normally we can just choose 2, but if you have a high quality for this picture, you can just change into 4 or 8, but it also will add extra rendering time for this scenario. Okay, and also we have some expose settings, so you can just choose the manual exposure, so it's much more accurate. So you can just change a little bit to see the difference after you set with these properties. Okay, and also we have some properties for these pictures, like the you can just choose some lot from your computer to make this scenario better. Okay, and next let's see animation part. Okay, if you open it, you will see there is a timeline in here. So after you create some animation in here, then you can just make a quick review in this timeline. So that's the basic for the design page.